Margaret Dowling made the most of her 4 years in Pamplin Gymnasium. The multi-sport star earned Northwest Conference honors 5 times, was voted the Lewis & Clark Rookie of the Year, and named the Lewis & Clark Mary Lou Hunter Multi-Sport Athlete of the Year 3 times. As a member of the volleyball program, Dowling set the school record for career aces with 128 and tied the then program record for career kills with 1,030. She's the only player in program history to post over 1,000 kills and 1,000 digs, and she tacked on 215 career blocks. Dowling was an outstanding rebounder for the basketball team and ranks tied for 5th all-time for career boards and tied for 8th for rebounds in a single game. She led the Northwest Conference as a first year with 11.3 rebounds per game. Over her 4 seasons, she racked up 622 points and 718 rebounds. She helped the women's basketball team record 3 winning seasons, including earning trips to the NCAA tournament in 2011 and 2012. As a senior, she was named the Pioneer Athletic Club Senior Career Award winner. Off the hardwood, Margaret was an active member of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and served as the first Special Olympics liaison in school history. She was also elected as the SAC co-chair in her senior year.
Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? We're getting through it. So as the person who coordinates the logistics for this event, one of my tasks is to ensure that things are as streamlined as possible and that each speaker tries to stick to a 3 to 4 minute time. It never happens. But so when Margaret asked me to introduce her tonight, the first thought that came to mind was just how incredibly honored I was, which was followed quickly by, I'm going to be breaking my own rules. A quick glance at her bio in the program and hearing her stats and accolades gives you an idea of the challenge that I'm facing. I fully acknowledge it is an impossible task to adequately introduce someone who has accomplished so much in just 3 to 4 minutes. Given the fact that Margaret was a 2-sport athlete and I make the rules, we are going to go a little bit over. Not much. So, I first learned about Margaret when she was still in high school. Her soon-to-be head basketball coach, Julie Pulse, was about to make a home visit and relate to me just how special Margaret was. Not only is a legitimate 2-sport athlete, but beyond that, there was a good chance she was going to make her mark on our campus community. From what I've been told of this visit, and I've been told this, tell me if it's right, one of the first things that happened was Julie showed up. Everyone thanked her for being there, and Margaret's dad said, I'm just going to let you know Margaret's not coming to Lewis & Clark. Fact, fiction, Julie? Regardless, I don't know what happened after that. But lucky for Lewis & Clark and the basketball and volleyball programs, Margaret most definitely attended, and she most certainly left an impression. So once on campus, Margaret wasted little time making a name for herself on the court. She was an immediate impact player in both volleyball and basketball, earning all conference honors and leading all of the Northwest Conference in rebounds per game in her first year. That's kind of huge in 2 different sports. She was the consummate team player. She stepped up when she needed to, and she had her teammates' backs when they needed her. She had a competitive side that few could match, and by the end of that first year, as was mentioned, she was named Rookie of the Year and Mary Lou Hunter Multi-Sport Athlete of the Year. Now, you would think that being really good in 2 very different sports and literally being in season from August until April, that would limit Margaret and her ability to take what she could take on off the court. It didn't. She was both an excellent student and, as was predicted, someone who was dynamic in the campus community. People both in and beyond athletics started to see that she was a natural leader who exhibited exceptional interpersonal skills and charisma and targeted her when there were opportunities to lead and be involved. She was a student athletic trainer, a member of the campus athletic advisory board, a leader on the senior gift committee. She presented the Albany moment. There's a picture. It ran through the slide. She was here presenting the Albany moment as a student. And she even emceed the end of the year student athlete award ceremony. She attended the highly selective NCAA Career in Sports Forum when she was debating a career in athletics. I kind of like where she is right now, too. I'm honestly not sure if she slept, and I know that we had more than a few conversations about the word no, and when it would be appropriate to say it. She didn't do it often because when people asked, she was always saying, yep, I'm in. I just don't know when she found the time. So at the time, I was the advisor to the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. And through this, I was fortunate to get to know Margaret and who she was beyond the court. She was a mainstay in my office, and there were many conversations to be had. And I did everything that I could to support her growth as a student athlete and a leader. She rose from team representative to secretary and ultimately co-chair in her senior year, while also being elected to the Northwest Conference board by her peers in the conference. Margaret had her hand and her heart in literally everything. But her standout achievement was establishing the partnership with Special Olympics Oregon. It's a connection that still thrives today. Well before the NCAA officially launched its Division III Special Olympics partnership in 2011, she had already formed a relationship and laid the groundwork at Lewis and Clark. By the time the national program began, the college was miles ahead, hosting numerous events and raising and donating nearly $7,000 in just under 2 years. Lewis and Clark actually was the first ever NCAA Special Olympics Partnership Spotlight Award winner. So of all the schools in Division III, Lewis and Clark was selected as the school who was doing it right. This was, and still is, Margaret. Dynamic, driven, people-centric, and committed to make a difference far beyond herself. Others first and simple kindness has always been paramount, even in small ways. I remember having a brief, super random conversation with her once about my love of banana bread. Months later, she shows up in my office on my birthday with homemade banana bread. She had remembered my love for it and somehow my birthday too. I may have reminded it. It made my day, but this is who Margaret was, and she somehow had time to bake as well and everything that she was doing. It was really good. But thank you. 2 more adjectives. Resilient and gritty. On paper, her career as a student athlete looks nearly perfect. She was our institution's NCAA Woman of the Year nominee, which is reserved for the absolute best of the best. But her bio doesn't mention the torn ACL that she suffered in January of her sophomore year, or her determination and mental strength that it took to return to the volleyball court just 7 months later. It doesn't mention concussions, which she probably had more of than she admitted, the torn MCL, or the grueling rehab and strength training that also defined her 4 years. Injuries test more than the body. They challenge an athlete's patience, perseverance, and reliance on their support system. The friends, teammates, coaches, and family here today, and many who couldn't be, were all essential to her recovery and the remarkable success that she continued to achieve both on and off the court. 2 of her former coaches who couldn't be here this evening wanted to share a few words about Margaret. So bear with me as I read those. First, from Stacy Gordon, Margaret's former assistant volleyball coach. Margaret's strengths have always shown through in her remarkable leadership. She led by example, never asking anyone to do something she wouldn't do herself, and approached every challenge with determination, consistency, and heart. Her steady confidence, tireless work ethic, and contagious energy elevated those around her and helped shape the culture of the Lewis and Clark volleyball program. Beyond her impact on the team's successes, Marge left a lasting mark on each individual she played alongside, and on me personally as a young coach learning what leadership looks like in action. And from Julie Folks, who is currently the head women's basketball coach at Marshall University. She couldn't make it tonight, but she is passing along her congratulations and wishes that she could be here. Few athletes have impacted multiple programs in the way Margaret did during her time at Lewis and Clark. Her tenacity as a competitor and rebounder, combined with her ability to lead, played a pivotal role in our team's championships in national definition. She consistently elevated the standard for herself and her teammates, and the Hall of Fame induction is a fitting tribute to an incredible career and a lasting impact. In closing, having spent nearly 30 years now in higher education and college athletics, I've had the pleasure of interacting with countless young adults, both as a coach and an administrator. Many have made positive impressions on me, but only a few have made an indelible impression. Margaret is one of those few, and she will forever be the standard to which student athletes should aspire. So it is my distinct honor and absolute privilege to welcome Margaret as a member of the Lewis and Clark Athletic Hall of Fame. You are so deserving.
It's hard to put into words what I'm feeling right now. To the committee, thank you so much for this recognition. During my time at Lewis and Clark, I had the privilege of attending a few of these events. And I'll admit, I dreamed of being up here one day. So to be here is now humbling and truly a dream come true. To my fellow inductees, Wayne, Matt, Mari, Greg, and the basketball team, I'm honored to be eternally linked with you as the Hall of Fame class this year. Athlete has been synonymous with my identity for as long as I can remember. My basketball days started during my childhood in the UK, playing netball and shooting hoops in the driveway with my dad. Since the day I started my athletic career, my parents, two athletes themselves, supported my passions and spent a lot of time in gymnasiums. This is actually probably a good time to thank my mom, who told me no to playing soccer at an early age and kept me in indoor sports. My parents found a way to support my dreams while working full-time careers. They shuttled me year-round between volleyball and basketball season and basketball and volleyball season. They tolerated me bringing my volleyball on summer vacations and breaking the garage light many times, which is perfectly positioned in my serving line. My parents were exactly the parents you would want as an athlete, never pushing, never pressuring, but simply providing a space to process, mope the losses, which I was a pretty bad loser, and celebrate the wins. And they came to everything, making a particular point to go to every school in the conference, both in volleyball and in basketball season, which is a lot of trips to Walla Walla. They taught me work ethic and perseverance, and the importance of friendship and loyalty, which are all necessary skills to be successful in a team sport. So Mom and Dad, I love you. Thank you for making me who I am today. My whole life, I've gravitated to team sports, whether it's in athletics or in my career. I feel there's something so magical, almost art-like, about a group of incredibly different people coming together to achieve a bigger goal. In team sports, everybody has a job, and your responsibility is to do that job to the absolute best of your ability. During my time playing volleyball here, the job was to adapt. I played 3 different positions in 4 years. And while I didn't really love it at the time, it did teach me that the mark of an impactful teammate is to contribute what the team needs. In basketball, there was plenty of evolution, but it was more focused into what I would call detailed precision. The job was to learn the system and execute. And once we had the system down, it was truly chemistry. So I want to shout out my teammates, if you are here today, as this honor really belongs to them as well. In team sports, nothing is done alone. And as a hitter and forward, I was nothing if my setters didn't set me and my point guard didn't like me. So shout out to Leah, Sarah, Katie, and Alex, who is here today in the back. When I think back, I really cherish the highlight reels. Cutting down the nets, beating Puget Sound in 5 my senior year, going to the national tournament twice. But what I really miss most are actually the more mundane kind of collection of moments that bond you for life. Grinding it out in triple days, long bus rides, again to Walla Walla, finding ways to entertain ourselves on campus when no one else is here in winter, like the time that our coach made us do a choreographed dance to Beyonce and present it to her. So I'm really grateful to have lifelong friends in some of my teammates, and 2 of those are here today, Paige and Alice. I've always admired how both of you model excellence and high expectations, one quietly and one not so quietly, but you also taught me not to take everything so seriously. So thanks for being here. To my coaches, Julie, Talia, Lori, Gail, Stacy, and of course Dub, who's here today, and Paige, who's also one of my coaches. Thank you for seeing me and investing in my development, both as a leader and as a person. My coaches were truly some of my first models of bosses who can have both high expectations of you, but also actually genuinely care about you. and I strive to be that for my employees and the teams that I lead today. They also taught me another valuable life lesson. As long as I can get back up, I will be okay. And for as athletic as I think I am, I used to fall a lot, which is a good transition to the athletic training staff. PD, Jeremy, Tara, thank you for your patience and your support. I lived in the training room, ACLs, MCLs, concussions, you name it. But a special shout out to Tara for the 6 a.m. summer rehab sessions for my ACL, getting me back to volleyball season. That helped me get back. Can't imagine that was your favorite summer. While these setbacks only fueled my passion and hunger for the game, the comebacks were really hard and emotional, so your support made them possible. And finally, to other friends and loved ones who were with me along the way and are here tonight, fellow Pios and some of my closest friends, Sam and Sheena. Sheena and I met during volleyball training camp, and we bonded over being faster than everyone else and quickly developed an unwavering friendship. Greg, I'm so thrilled to be with you as you're being honored tonight. You and Roger are the best hype crew that anyone can ask for. Sharon, thank you for your office, being my home away from home. And my number one fan, my husband and fellow Pio for life, Michael, who cheered for me in my heyday and has been in my corner ever since. Thank you for seeing me, growing alongside me, and making life so much fun along the way. When I came to Lewis and Clark as a freshman, I was excited for the opportunity to compete in the two sports that I loved in such a beautiful space. But my time here gave me more than I could have ever imagined. Alongside striving for excellence in my athletic pursuits, I was also searching to discover who I was and how I could contribute positively to society. From day one, the school and the athletic department invested in me and inspired me. So my liberal arts education, my coaches, my teammates profoundly influenced who I am as a leader, an innovator, and a person. And I'll forever cherish these lessons and friendships. Thank you.